What's going on, everybody? It's good to see you. I'm down here tinkering on the Monaco again today, and figured it'd be a good time to work on some things other than the driveline. We've got that pretty well sorted now. The rest of the car, nothing else works on it, basically. What works on it? Got a few exterior lights that work, and that's about it. I figure a good place to start would be the charging system. It is not charging, and everything on the charging system related is what was on the car 25 years ago, except for the alternator. The alternator is new. Doesn't mean it's good, based on the quality of today's parts that we get. So I figure we'll dive in and see if we can get it charging, and then we'll work on other things because none of the gauges work. A lot of the exterior lighting doesn't work, and I'd like for all of it to work as much as I can, get to work anyway. So the first place I want to start is the bulkhead connector. It's typically a problem on these old Mopars. A lot of you probably already know that. Down in here, these are notorious for corrosion. I'm going to go ahead and pop the plug out that has the main charging wire in it, because that is the one that really gives problems. If you didn't know, the amperage load that goes through this connector is a little bit more than a connector can handle in a lot of situations. And a lot of times you'll have burnt connectors and melted plugs and corrosion. So we're just going to have a look and make sure it's in good shape, and then we'll continue diagnosing from there. Oh, and there's the old voltage regulator. It might be bad too. I don't know. Well, let's see what we can find. All right, this black wire here is the charging wire from the alternator. And if you look at the pin inside the connector, it actually looks pretty good. There is some light corrosion in there. We'll clean all that up. And the female side, you can't really see to it because I don't have much light in there, but it looks about the same. We'll go ahead and give it a clean job, put it back together, and we'll move on from there. I've also removed the bottom connector, which has this blue wire right here. That blue wire is the fusible link right there, and everything that the car, all the power that the car draws, goes through that little blue wire. And that's designed to fail if there's ever a dead short. Anyway, I wanted to check the pin on it, and it also looks pretty good. A little bit of light corrosion, we'll clean that up as well. Put it back together. I did put my meter on there, and it does have voltage right here, just for giggles. So I know we have voltage all the way to this point here. So let's put this back together and keep on digging. All right, I've plugged all that back up. Now what I'd like to do, see if we have power on the charge wire on the alternator right now. Yes, we do. That tells me that power is going from the fusible link wire here. It's coming from the battery through the fusible link into the car, through the amperage gauge, back out to the charge wire and to the alternator. So that makes me feel like the gauge is probably not fried. So we'll do the easy stuff first, and let's see if this voltage regulator is goofy, which is likely. So easy stuff first before we go crawling under a crusty dash. Probably got to crawl under a crusty dash anyway because there's other problems. And this car does have the later model alternator. I call it the squareback. It has two field terminal connections. For the later model voltage regulator, you have a wire. Both of these wires go to the regulator. On these older cars that had the roundback alternator, you only had one field terminal. So when you use these later model alternators on the older cars, you just ground one of the field terminals. It doesn't matter which one. I have done that. Now I'm checking the continuity on this wire all the way to the voltage regulator, and I do have it. It does have continuity. The wire is good. I'll spare you that. That would be this wire over here. Checked, has continuity all the way to the alternator. Now we're going to check this wire. This wire should get power from the ignition switch. So let's check that. With the key on, we have power. Everything's happy. Well, I thought before I go turn the voltage regulator off of it, I would jump power to the field wire side of it and see if it starts charging. If it does, then it's probably a voltage regulator problem. So let's get this thing running and see if we can make it charge. If you ever do this, just do it for short periods, just long enough to just long enough to test it, because it's going to charge all of it whenever you do this. So this is just a test. 17 volts. 18 volts. I'd say she's charging. Well, so it's got a good alternator. I mean, you could really hear it pull the engine down when I did that. I seen 18 volts at one time. So, like I said, if you ever do that short periods of time because you'll fry something, let's pull off the voltage regulator and go inside of it. All right, I got a regulator off. These have to be grounded, and this may be our problem. The 2 bolts holding it on weren't really all that tight. You'll see on this clip right here, you've got these sharp little tits that stick up. Can you see those? Right there and there. Those are designed to cut into the paint and supply the regulator with a good ground. If you look here where that regulator was bolted, you can kind of see there and there where those were supposed to be cutting into the paint, and I don't really see much contact area there. That may be our only problem, but I've got it off. Let's go ahead and pop the cover off and make sure everything inside looks happy, and then we'll go from there. All right, I got the cover off. It's only held on by the clip we were talking about with the tits that cut the paint. And then on the other side, you just have a metal tab that folds over, and that's all that holds the housing over the regulator. Now look what I found here. Focus. See them 2 wires that are burnt? I keep asking myself, did I do that when I jumped power across this thing? I don't know. I don't think I did. And when I opened this thing up, it had, no smell or smoke inside of it. That just happened. You would smell it. It would probably still have the remnants of smoke and stink in it, and then it has no smell inside the cover. You can just like stick your nose inside this cover, and it doesn't smell like burnt wires. So to me, maybe this happened 25 years ago. Well, what we're going to do is we're just going to fix them and hope it works. Just don't know what would cause that. Who knows? Riggery at its finest. I think I have another one of these regulators, but where's the fun in that? Let's put it back together. While I was in here, I also took and cut me a little strip of sandpaper and cleaned these points. These point contacts, top and bottom. I just slid it through there upside down, right side up, and I got the contacts on the top and the bottom, both sides of it, because why not? Okay, she's reinstalled, and I did clean up the ground on the regulator housing and on the car. So let's fire it up and see what happens. It's possible that doesn't work. Oh yeah, she's charging. She's a charging. Well, we fixed something today for $0. My eyes are burning from exhaust fumes in here. That's how I like to do it. Not the exhaust fumes, I'm talking about the $0 part. The gauge, amperage gauge isn't working, which isn't really surprising. We'll dig into that, but I'm glad it's charging. So we got something done today. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, come back and see me. Y'all have a good one.